Aloha, and welcome to Atlas Insurance's Risky Business. And I'm Sean Satterfield.
Shane Choi.
And today we have Joe Aguon with One Waterfront Towers. He's the GM there. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm the general manager for One Waterfront Towers. I've been with One Waterfront Towers for going on 4 years now. I started in the industry back in 2005 doing security work. And basically I followed the general manager from one property to multiple different properties, and decided at my last property as a chief of security to go venture out on my own.
Oh, terrific.
So what drives you every day, Joe, why did you want to get into, what you do right now? And what drives you to this day?
That's a good question. So when I first started, again, I was working as chief of security at another property, and I saw no elevation in my career, right? Mm-hmm. The GM, the ops manager, they weren't leaving the property until they retired. And that's going to be a long time. Yeah. And so I decided I needed to make a career change in order to, one, to live in Hawaii successfully, not burn myself out. I was actually working 2-3 jobs at a time. And when I decided to make a career change, I figured, I've been in this industry. I know what AOAOs are about. And at first it was more about financial stability, being able to work one job and make a living. And now it's a whole different ballgame. It's about the people, the owners, the residents, my staff, being able to do a good job and lead my team and build success stories within the team, within the association. So that's my passion. That's what gets me going.
That's great. Hey, Joe, you're heavily involved in the community. I mean, I know from the standpoint of not only are you the GM, but you're also a part of many different associations. Tell us a little bit about that and how that can incorporate into what you do at One Waterfront.
Oh, yes. So yeah, I'm very involved in the community. I started off when I was doing security work as a member of an advisory council for Private Officer International. And I, sitting in with them felt really good. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I was working alongside other law enforcement security officers with HH Visa. That's a Hawaii Hotel Visitors Industry Security Association. And learning from them what they do and how they do things. And when I decided to become a resident manager or general manager, I figured, once I start getting my accreditations, I want to start giving back. Mm-hmm. And it was a challenge to get inside locally in our industry as far as volunteering. You can volunteer in a committee and so forth, but I didn't really know too much about the industry locally. And so when an opportunity decided through IREM National to volunteer, threw my name in the hat, and sure enough, I got selected. So I've been volunteering with IREM for going on now 5 years. I currently for 2026, I'll be sitting on their governing council as a member. I'll be going on my second year as a chair of the governance committee within IREM. I sat on the Leadership Development Advisory Council. I sat on the Ethics Appeal Board and the Ethics Committee. That's just within IREM. I just got selected through BOMA because I attend a lot of the BOMA meetings. I was just inducted into their as a board of director for a BOMA Hawaii chapter.
That's great.
And with CAI National, I'm part of their advocacy committee, as well as I sit on the CAI Hawaii chapter finance committee.
Wow, that's
heavily involved.
Yeah, heavily involved. I mean, for me, it's about giving back. Mm-hmm. Right, any way I can give back, volunteer my time, my knowledge, and help, guide people. But also I learned from everybody else. When I sat in the Leadership Development Advisory Council within IREM, that was the first year that committee that council was put together. Mm-hmm. And everyone that sat in the committee, they were all CPMs or certified property managers. I was the only ARM, which is an accredited residential manager, that was there. Everyone that was there has either held a board of directors seat, a regional vice president seat, or chapter president seat within IREM. And they've either owned their own business or they're presidents of a property management company or high up there in the executive level. I was the only person there that had one property. I had no CPM, but I learned a lot. But they also learned a lot from me, which is really good. They learned about how Hawaii does their property management, and how they push for the accredited residential manager versus the CPM designation, and why. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
So it seems like a lot of it, especially for the national organizations, you really bring kind of like a local flavor or experience to a lot of these roles. And likewise, I guess on the national level, they kind of help you with, whatever you're doing, you help them understand, what we do.
In a sense, yes. I mean, there's a lot of members within the IREM Hawaii chapter that actually volunteer nationally, from members of our board, they sit on the governing council and so forth. For me, again, it was just a matter of just volunteering, right? And learning from everyone there, but also having them learn how we do things, like explaining to them about CAI. And a lot of them didn't understand what CAI was. Understanding what BOMA does for us, right? So it's a very good feeling to be able to help them give back. Matter of fact, our last global summit in Indianapolis, we were able to push that ARMs, accredited residential managers, can become chapter presidents within the chapter. Because at first you had to be a CPM in order to hold a chapter president position.
Sure.
Now, because of Hawaii and because of how many ARMs we have and how few CPMs we have, they pushed it so that now ARMs can sit on as a chair on committees, had chapter presidents and so forth. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about your role at One Waterfront Tower as the general manager. And my understanding is not only are you the general manager, but your association did really well this past year.
Yes. As a general manager, basically, it's typically like any other property, regardless of the size of the property. It's just I have staff. I've worked on a property where I don't have any staff. It's just me, and I did it all. With One Waterfront Towers, my goal is basically, or my job is basically to help the association move forward, keep risk down, keep operations moving, keep the values of the owners' units at the same level or increase it by doing a lot of preventive maintenance work. But also I sit on a lot of their committees, and it's about advising them on certain things, certain trends that's happening, and helping them make decisions, not telling them that, oh, okay, you need to listen to me, but they have to understand that if we do this, this is how it can affect us.
Yeah.
Helping them to make informed decisions.
Yes, exactly.
Especially based off of your experience, right?
Yeah, well, with any manager, our role is basically to help advise and give the board and all the committees all the information possible. Because one, they're just volunteers, right? They don't get paid. And you don't want your board members having to go reach out to all these contractors or vendors to solicit bids, right? That's your job. You gather up everything. You ensure that, all your bids and for any projects or any purchases that you have, all the information's there. You answer all the questions that you would think they would be asking, so that there's very little deliberation amongst the board members because the questions are answered and you're not doing a lot of back and forth. So,
How would you say your experience informs your day-to-day on what you do as a general manager, and how that extends to the rest of your team? How important that is to work as a team?
Well, it's very important, regardless of what industry you're in, to work as a team.
Right.
But like my knowledge is, because I'm constantly trying to learn. When I stop learning, there's a problem. Right. So I'm constantly taking classes, and I try to encourage my staff to constantly learn something. I learn something from my housekeepers. I learned something from my maintenance staff. I learned something from my front desk concierge people. I learned something from my admin, executive assistant. We all can learn something. And if my staff is not willing to learn something, then they're going to be tapped out, right? They're not going to succeed in this career. They're looking to succeed, move ahead. Mm-hmm. But more so, the learning aspect of it is so that, again, we can provide informed decisions, right? Some of our owners go to our staff members. Like when we investigate a water leak, for example, and our staff member says, you need to call a plumber, that's your pipe. Well, how do you know? How do you know that's my pipe? Mm-hmm. Right? We give classes to our staff so that when they're doing investigations, they know what pipes belong to the homeowners and what pipe belongs to the association, so that we can guide them to what they need to do. So, yeah.
So it's really a culture that you're building within One Waterfront. So that's great. You had mentioned earlier, there's some trends that you try to keep everybody aware of. What are some of the trends happening in 2025 that you folks experience, and what have made you folks successful?
A few trends. It's one of the things that we look at One Waterfront Towers is like our motto is luxury built to last, right? Okay. How do we get there, right? We're almost a 36-year-old building, and we've got all these kaka'ako properties coming up, mm-hmm. right? Ultra luxury properties, valet service, wineries, and things of that nature. How do we compete? Well, one way we can compete is becoming energy efficient, right? So going to classes to understand how to become energy efficient, how to become LEED certified or Energy Star certified, or become an IRM certified sustainable property. Understanding all those things is what we're doing right now. We've got multiple energy projects that we were working on. Another thing that we're looking at is, when the insurance started going up and situation that happened in Maui, and really exploded the associations, mm-hmm. right, in regards to insurance premiums, floods, and so forth. So my thing was, how do we help bring that down, right? We can only do so much in regards to making sure we have our slip and fall signs out. We have our MSDS sheets and all that stuff in place, right? We can only do so much training. Right, we started doing research in regards to leak sensors, leak detection.
Great. How
do we automate this? How do we become better? So we went through and talked to 4 different companies, mm-hmm. and we ended up getting a leak sensor that actually will send our staff a text message when there's a leak.
Fantastic.
So, now that we're becoming more of a smart building. Yeah. And so how do we do that moving forward with the rest of our items? Mm-hmm. Right. So we changed our database program system. Now we can automate everything through one particular system, from work orders to invoicing to payments to doing surveys. right? Or sending out newsletters, or if there's a fire, I can send an emergency broadcast right through text message. Maybe there's a fire alarm and say it's a false alarm or whatever it is.
Right.
Or it's all clear, you can go back to your units. Because not everybody's going to be looking at their emails.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But when you get that emergency broadcast that beep, it's like, oh, what's going on? Right. And so we've done that. We're also now going to be changing our access control systems, and where it's going to have facial recognition, where people will be able to have QR codes to assign to their guest, right? So their guests don't have to call them; they just scan a QR code, and when that's scanned, we'll get notification that Shane has a guest coming in. They'll be registered because the owner would register them already, so no issue. So trying to get more into that smart building technology, but also energy efficient systems, but also in the risk management side. So
yeah, I like that idea. It's almost like you have a 36-year-old building and you're basically upgrading it, giving it facelift and innovation. I mean, that's fantastic. What a great idea.
Yeah, and the good thing is that our owners and our board members, they see the positives in doing these things, right? Because again, we don't have movie theaters. Right. Our gym is smaller than this room. To be honest, I mean, it's a closet, right? And so we're constantly looking at how do we get owners to stay, how to get potential buyers to want to buy, and so like even being transparent in our financials, right, and our budget, creating anywhere from videos, doing tours with homeowners around the property, explaining why this equipment is very important to them. So it's a lot of different things. So
if you were to sum up the general manager's role in kind of just maybe a few words or even a sentence, what would you put it in? Because from what I understand, it seems like a lot of it is you're enhancing the living spaces of the owners, but also enhancing their, the quality of their life, among other things, and informing the decisions of the board. There's just so many facets of it, but how would you kind of put it in just simple terms?
Well, in the past, managers were more reactive, right? Mm-hmm. In today's world, in order to be effective, you need to be a visionary leader. You need to look ahead. You need to see what's coming and be able to help guide the board in that direction.
I was hoping that you mentioned that word leadership.
Yep.
For being a leader, what would you say is like some good skills to have, or what's important qualities to have as a leader? To your staff, to the board, and whatnot.
You have to be a really good listener, and you have to be a really good follower. Mm-hmm. The best leaders are the greatest followers, right? And that's one of my biggest passions is leadership. You have to be adaptable. You have to be fluid. Like Bruce Lee would say, you got to be like water, right? Yeah. It's true. If you're set in your ways, you're not going to be effective. You have to understand people and how to speak to people to get them to do what you want them to do. It's like our housekeepers, I can't talk to them the way I would talk to my maintenance staff because they're two different personalities, right? So understanding personalities is very important. And that's going to go well with working with the homeowners. So, yeah.
Relating to everybody, whoever it is, right? The staff.
Relating to anybody, staff, vendors, homeowners, their guests, they're all people, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're not able to speak to them in a way that they can understand it, you're not going to get your point across. You can beat a dead horse. You can give them all the documents you want, but it's that how do you bring that information to them so that they can actually understand it?
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about? I know that your One Waterfront won an award this past year, and so can you tell us a little bit about what enabled you folks to achieve that highest award?
So actually, in 2022, we won Building of the Year.
Okay.
And the reason why I submitted for Building of the Year for that property is because of what the board had done. And it's not secret, but One Waterfront Towers, even before I got there, they had a bad reputation from what I heard, in the industry. When I accepted the position, and a lot of my colleagues or people I knew in the industry from all sorts of different walks of life, said, don't go there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad property. But for me, I had a really good feeling about the board. And so when I got there and I seen everything that the board has been doing or has done, they needed a good PR, right? So I submitted for the IRM Building of the Year award for them, and they got it. And so that's for all the hard work that they did, that the staff even before me did. I just put the packet together. And then in 2024, I was up for the ARM of the Year, Accredited Residential Manager of the Year. And I was able to get that with my building size and so forth. So that was really nice.
That's great. Yeah. Awesome.
I appreciate all the hard work you do for your association, for the board, even for the community. It's just so much that's involved in what you do, but also giving back to the community. I think it means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah, and again, it's just my nature. But there's a lot of managers out there that have the same passion, have the same drive, and we all work together, right? Because we don't. We always say that if you think you know it all, then you're going to fail, right?
Right.
We utilize all our resources. Matter of fact, my ARM class, we had the largest class in Hawaii for our ARM designation. Mm-hmm. We all still keep in touch with each other.
That's great.
Through emails. We have a question. We have hey, I'm going to be doing this. Anyone have any experience on this? Sure. Mm-hmm. And we're constantly talking to each other. So, this industry has done lots for so many people, but also for myself. And if I'm able to help somebody achieve their goal of trying to get into this position or be successful in this position, then I'll do my best to try to guide them and point them in the right direction.
I love your leadership abilities and the culture that you're building. Not only at One Waterfront, but also in the community. So
Thank you.
That's awesome. I wanted to go through quick lightning round questions that we're going to hit you with. And you can also ask us some questions as well. I'm going to start off with the first one.
Okay.
A unit floods from a burst. Who do you call?
First person.
Okay.
My staff.
Yeah.
The first person that gets called is, depending on what time it is, right? Will be security staff. Actually, they're the first to get the notification.
Yep.
From there, they conduct the investigations, and depending on what the problem is, how bad it is, we'll have the homeowner call a mitigation company.
Yeah.
But as they're calling the mitigation company, we're bringing our equipment up.
Yeah.
Because we have our own mitigation team on staff. We have our own equipment, and we can help them. But it's security staff.
Not all properties do.
Yeah, not very correct. Again, that was one of the things that we looked at. It's becoming WRT certified, right? And when one company was doing a free WRT certification course, the only thing we had to pay for was the exam. I was like, hey, send my staff there. right? And it's a very difficult course. If you know nothing about water mitigation and restoration, that's going to be a challenge, right? But they ended up obtaining their designation, so which is great. So it only enhanced us and wanted us to, okay, well, we have the designations. What are we going to do with it? So we bought equipment.
Yeah. So you use it.
Yeah. So one of my contacts that I know was getting out of the industry. So I bought all his equipment.
Perfect.
So it worked out. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, can you spell that out for us? The WRT, what does that stand for?
So water damage restoration technician.
Okay. Oh,
great.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Especially for us as, consultants or trying to mitigate risk.
Yeah.
I think that's huge, huge thing.
Yeah. And, again, it's a matter of not all properties can do it, right? Not all properties are financially able to get the automatic leak sensors or get the automatic shutoffs or have equipment to mitigate, right? But having a plan on what to do and how to do it,
it's important.
Is very important, right? Being able to investigate and find the source and stop the source is important, right? And educating our residents to actually tell somebody when there's a leak in their unit. Because you're going to get some people that, my water alarm that screams at me is going off. I'm going to remove it.
Throw it away.
It's making too much noise.
Take out the battery, right?
Right.
And then they're not going to report the fact that their AC was leaking until it hits the floor next down below. Yeah.
Becomes a problem.
What would you say is a word of advice for maybe somebody that's trying to become a general manager or aspiring to be a general manager somewhere in the role that you do now?
It's a good question. Be versatile. Be open. Be willing.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I would say to them is. And the willing part is probably one of the most important things. If you're not willing to do your job or wake up in the morning at 2:00 in the morning when you're getting called to respond to something, then you shouldn't be doing it. Yeah.
That's good.
And even on your side, what's something that you would want boards to do to make your job easier? Or maybe just in general, to make a general manager's job easier for boards or unit owners, even to make a general manager's job easier. What's something that they can
let them do their jobs? A lot of boards tend to micromanage, right? They pay a really good salary for an employee to run their building, manage their day-to-day operations, but they're still involved in the day-to-day operations. Just let your managers do their job. Don't give them, you don't have to give them free rein but don't micromanage them. Let them, earn their keep, right? And if they're not earning their keep, then that's where you need to start looking elsewhere, right? But you pay for what you get. And a lot of the associations, again, they can't afford the Victoria Place salaries or the One Waterfront Towers salaries. But they got to understand if they're having their managers do everything from budgets to responding to noise complaints and all those different things, they have to let them do their jobs and back them up.
Yeah. That's great.
Let the professionals do their job.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's like when the insurance companies come in, right? The adjusters come in. We just sit back and let them do their thing.
Right.
Put out the numbers and here you go. Right. Yeah. And that's it. We call, owners call for a claim. That's it. Let them handle it. Yeah. Let the insurance companies handle it. Yeah. So
it's true.
Do the same thing for the managers and even the staff. Let the staff do their job.
Yeah. Joe, is there anything you want to ask us? A question that comes to mind.
What makes you guys do what you do daily?
Oh, good question. For me, it's the passion for the job as well. I love what I do. I love meeting with boards. I love coming up with creative solutions. I rely on excellent partners and coworkers. And so for me, it's the passion. I enjoy coming to work because I love what I do. I love my role. Shane?
Just like anybody else, I want to help people. And I'm a unit owner myself, so I think about, what would I want in an insurance agent, or, what kind of service or what kind of, product offerings, whatever it is, what would I want in that person? So I try to be that, so that, of course I want to always provide good service, but I want people to like me too.
Yeah. I think the benefit of us is we have great clients. And we get to choose who we want to work with, right? Just like you folks, you get to choose who you want to work with. So you choose good people.
Yeah, and that's very important. And like you mentioned, provide solutions, right? Yeah. We do the same thing. Yeah. Is our role is to provide solutions to and the problems, and just don't make it up. Just call a spade, and if you can't find a solution, don't make believe.
Right. That's right.
Just tell them straight out, I'm sorry, it's way out of my realm.
Yeah.
But hold on, let me call Sean.
And it's a team. It's a team effort. I mean, I remember when we worked with you folks and come up with solutions. I mean, it's great to have a board who's open and a general manager who's flexible. And, we come up with solutions together. So I think working with our partners who are smart, we try to let you guys do your job and let us do ours.
Yeah. So it's a partnership for a reason.
Yeah.
It's a team.
Yeah.
I have one question. Sure. What challenges do you have working with associations?
Associations, well, to put it simply, as far as the insurance is very volatile at the moment. So naturally, associations can be very price sensitive. So that can be a lot of times the focus for a lot of boards, but some things are within our control, some things aren't. Sometimes it's the rates that are just not in our control. But what we do is we market as best we can. We use the resources. We put the association in the best possible light that we can. And we try to give the board as many options as possible. And I feel that that's where we bring the greatest value, being a consultant for our clients. And even though the price may not be always what we want, I do feel that it's the best that can be gotten in the market. Sean?
Yeah, I agree. I think the service is really, really important. I think when you look at the value you pay on your premiums, it's going to be relatively similar to other insurance agents. But I think we bring a lot of value. We bring a whole team together. Yeah. Our risk consultants, claims consultants, agents. I think we come up with a package that's important for you folks. And I think the value is behind the service that we provide. So I think that's a plus.
Yeah. I think that word that you just used, value. So we use that a lot at One Waterfront Towers. I think my staff gets tired of it. Because my question to them is, what value do you bring today? Right? Yeah. When I have a staff member that's doing their review and they're asking for a pay increase, well, what value do you bring for that? Right.
Good question.
Yeah. It's a very important role, because if our staff understand value that they bring, they'll get rewarded at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right. If they bring value added work, means quality, not quantity, the owners will be happy, right? Because the trash room is not going to smell like trash. Their leaks are going to be caught right away. And they're going to be able to go golfing and not worry about what's happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? Because they know their building is safe.
I like that. Well, with that being said, Shane, you have anything else?
No, I think that will be it.
All right. Perfect. Excellent. Well, thank you, Joe. This has been a pleasure You brought a lot of value today.
Thank you. No, it was a pleasure to come out here and talk with you guys and so forth. So.
That's great. Well, from Atlas who's Risky Business to you, thank you for joining us. Again, my name is Sean Satterfield.
Shane Choi.
Joe Aguon.
You have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Aloha.
Aloha.